вы на шестом всегда. Или только на шестом, а другие...
The first ever Global Poker Masters. I'm Kara Scott, and with me is Eric Danis. And together, we're taking you through the next 2 days of coverage of this event, this brand new event, in fact. So the first question is for Eric, what is the Global Poker Masters?
Kara, nice to be here with you. Global Poker Masters, 40 of the top poker players in the world, representing 8 of the top poker nations in the world. And we're ready for a great show. We already see the players here, and it's going to be a doozy.
It really is. We have some of the best players in the world here, and this is all determined by the GPI 300 ranking, wasn't it? So talk to us about how the players actually got qualified for their teams.
That's right. One of the players that would qualify would win the National Player of the Year race, the GPI National Player of the Year race. That player got in automatically. Then the next 3 ranked players within that country during the past 3 years, as of December 31st, would get in. And then the 5th player was a wild card pick, and it got pretty interesting there. The 4 other players got to decide whom the nominees would be, and in some cases, fans actually had the power to vote that player in. We saw that in Germany, where Christopher Frank, some would call it an upset, got in. And in France, of course, Patrick Bruel, an internationally renowned singer and actor, actually an award-winning actor, is here, and he is ready to play for Team France for sure.
It'll be really interesting to see how the Venn diagram of the Patrick Bruel fans overlap with the poker fans, because, I mean, he has quite a wide reach. Now let's talk about the structure for today. We have 2 days of coverage, as I said. Today we're calling the playoffs, so what are we expecting to see?
Each player is going to be involved in 5 different matches today. They're going to play a player from every single other country, and it's really going to be exciting. We do have a countdown where after 2.5 hours for the last level, there will be at one point the play will stop. Now, it's not determined exactly when that play will stop, so that the players don't know exactly when the play is going to end, but it's going to make for an intriguing time. If there's a lot of players left, only the top 4 score points. What does that mean? Will a team really go crazy? Teams with a big stack might just sit back. It's just going to create a different type of poker, so it'll be fun to see what happens near the end of every match.
Absolutely, and this is poker. Obviously, that's the game that we're playing. We're playing No Limit Hold'em, but it is different. It's with a twist as well, because what we're doing is trying to make it so that by the time we reach the final, the entire lead up of the points all the way to that point, the entire team for that nation has played a part in reaching the final. So we're trying to make it as legitimate as possible in terms of crowning one nation the winner here for the GPI. Now we have an amazing feature table, I think, right? So what are some of the names on our feature table?
Let's start off with Mr. Bruel. We talked about Bruel fans, be happy. You will see Patrick Bruel at feature table. A very rough seat draw for Mr. Bruel, however. To his right will be Marvin Rettenmeier of Germany, and to his left will be Vanessa Selp. So it's not going to be the best of mornings for Mr. Bruel here. Other players at the table, Sorel Mitzi in seat 3, accomplished player who actually has a lot of ties to Malta.
That's right. So
you might be one of the favorites here from the locals here. Vladimir Troyanovsky, one of the top Russian players in the world, really an amazing talent. Sam Trickett. What else can we say about Sam Trickett? He'll be seat 5. A new player, Alex Dovchenko, who actually canceled a family vacation to be here.
Oh, wow.
Canceled it just about 72 hours ago. Yevgeny Timoshenko had an emergency, could not be here. Mr. Dovchenko said, I will be there, and he is here ready to play for Team Ukraine. And finally, Rocco Palumbo. Rocco Palumbo, who actually got here just a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Team Italy had a few travel issues. They're all here. Everyone is here. And Rocco, a 2-time major event winner, really will be another feature player at that table.
Now, the first match is going to start very, very shortly, a couple of minutes away. They're going to be playing, as we said, for 2.5 hours, then a hard stop, and then a rearrange and another match. And we're doing that 5 times today. So there will be 5 matches for every single player of every single team. We're doing this so that they get a real chance to play against each other, to kind of feel each other out. And then obviously tomorrow, we're going to be looking at other forms of poker as well. We're going to be looking at heads-up poker. And then we're going to be looking at a 6-max game as well. And then we're going to be going back to heads-up for the final. So there's a lot here for everybody. And we're actually going to be here at the anchor desk to kind of help you through this. Actually, I mean, Eric's going to be helping you through this. He's going to be telling us all about the stats, helping us keep the points in mind, because it's actually quite a complicated structure in order to make sure that we really see 2 great teams at the final. Although, I have to say, all of these teams look good, right?
Pretty amazing. We were looking at the seat draw yesterday. Every single time we're adding a player in, it's an exciting seat draw. If I have one player to talk about, maybe a buzz player at the moment, has to be the Anatoly Filatov show. The Russian is everywhere. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you're missing out. He is taking pictures with everyone. We just saw him take pictures with the Ukrainian team, with Canada. camera people. So definitely the Anatoly Filatov show has started here in Malta.
Yeah, it's kind of a behind-the-scenes look, so you probably should be following him on Twitter and on Instagram as well. I don't have the name off the top of my head, but I will find that for you and let you guys know. Now, it's not just us. We are actually broadcasting, I believe, in 5 different languages on different channels for the commentary. We're not doing all 5 because I'm maxing out at 2 right now.
So am I.
So
3 total. So that's
3 total. There you go.
3 minutes.
We are going to be
The
starting in
tickets
3
will
minutes,
start
and
in
you are going to be
3
listening to
minutes.
the voices of Joe Stapleton and Jessie May, who is the voice of poker. And also, we have someone on the floor. We have a roving reporter, Tatiana Pasalik, as well, will be helping us out. So there's a lot of different people here making sure that you all understand exactly what we're going to be doing. And I'm going to say, it's really difficult for me to have a pick. I've been trying to think about this because I'm just going to say that the nation I come from is going to win, because that gives me like 3 nations here.
even 4.
Almost 4, right?
1 in 2 chance of winning.
Yeah.
If you don't win, that's going to be a terrible upset for you.
It kind of is, actually. So, because clearly I'm Canadian, as is Eric, also Italian, also British. So, you know, crossing my fingers for those 3, although I am completely neutral as well. Now, for me, players to watch, people like Vanessa Selps, I'm always saying she's kind of a have to watch for me as well. Dan Smith, also really great player from the U.S. team. But they all seem pretty strong, so I'm not entirely sure. I think we're going to have to take a look at how they deal with some of the extras that we've thrown in, right? So the hard stop, what else are they going to be dealing with?
30-second shot clock, which will come into effect. That's going to be interesting. There's also time banks. In certain points of the tournament, the teams will be able to regroup and actually discuss a hand, which will make for some spectacular play as well. If you're holding aces and you have all the chips, maybe it's a good move to fold. We're going to leave that to the commentators to talk about, but just those moments there that will be kind of cool. We really think the shot clock is going to make for some amazing action. Just a lot of pressure on these players that are going to have to make a decision within the 30-second time frame, so that'll be fun to see. Those are probably the 2 big ones that really are piquing my curiosity right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you might have just heard in the background there the voice of Thomas Lamache. He is our TD, or our referee. Actually, we're calling him. I don't think we've made him wear stripes, though.
Maybe on Sunday.
Maybe? Can we get him out of his sharp suit? Because I don't know if that's possible. He's a sharply dressed man.
It's a very good-looking man.
Very sharply dressed man, yes. Another thing that the players might be thinking about is the MVP.
Right.
This is something that we're doing that's new as well. So talk us through what that means.
The most valuable player will actually get a unique timepiece from Swiss watchmaker Roger Dubuis, who's also helped us.
watches.
Absolutely, Dan Smith. If you're watching Dan Smith on the live stream, you'll see he's wearing one of those beautiful watches. It's a great donation, of course, and it will be to the player that merits it the most, and we'll find out that on Sunday afternoon.
That's right, and it will come from the team that wins, so it's going to be, obviously off of the winning team. And we're looking at a lot of different ways to determining that MVP, and obviously they're all going to be thinking about that as well, because it's a pretty incredible timepiece. Absolutely incredible timepiece. Now you can see the players are starting to applaud. Everyone is ready to go. They're kind of itching to get the cards in the air, so we're going to be taking a look at that very soon. We're going to be back about every 30 minutes or so, right, to kind of update you guys on, as we said, the stats, the points. The points are really important. This is what they're playing for right now. They're taking through points based on where they finish in each of the matches. So what are the points?
9,000 points to first place, 5,000, then 2 and 1,000. Only the top 4 score points. Okay. Again, that'll make for some intriguing play. If we're late and we're doing the hard stop, a team that's in 5th place will have to determine, is it worth the gamble? Do I wait and maybe someone else busts if they're close in chips? All things that we'll all learn together while we're watching the stream. And I think every single match will have different, it'll be very different. And as the day goes, players will adjust, as you mentioned before. Maybe strategies will change. Some teams will need a win or a few wins to get through. Let's not forget, one team does get eliminated at the end of tonight's play. So that team might be going all out. And again, you might be seeing stuff you might not see during an APT or WPT or WSOP live stream, because there will be moments where teams will have to just gamble it all away, and it'll be quite interesting to see how that plans out later on tonight.
Absolutely. It's a completely new format. The Global Poker Masters is going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because it's not just new for us, it's new for the players as well. Now, I see that the games are starting. We're going to go to our commentators. You've got the voice of poker, Jessie May, and Joe Stapleton.
Welcome, welcome. We are coming to you from the Hilton Port Tomaso